excited to do this. So Kayla, just to give you guys a little backstory, I don't know her full story yet, but Kayla had just reached out to me the other day on social media, and she just like wanted to be accountability partners, and I literally had no idea who she was before this, which is another reason why I love this business so much, because you literally can meet people from all over. She's literally lives in Iowa, and I don't think I've ever met anyone from Iowa, but I just love it so much. So I'm super excited for her to just come on here and just share all of her tips and her story and just everything she has with us tonight. But yeah, so I'm gonna pin your video also, or just make it like spotlight, but you should be able to meet yourself. And if you could just start with like sharing us your story, and then we can just go from there.
Yeah, hello guys. Thanks for having me. So obviously my name's Kayla and I am 22 years old. I joined this business when I was 19, so I feel like such a baby in this business. I am from a super small town in Iowa. Like I literally went to school. My class was like 20 people, like all of us together was like 20, 25 people. And so I know what it's like to come from a small town and not know a lot of people. Thank God for social media. And so, yeah, I joined when I was 19. I was one of those people who didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. When I was little, I wanted to be a pediatrician. And then like middle school, I job shadowed physical therapy, didn't like that. And then it came to be like my junior and senior year, and I still like had no idea what I wanted to do. Everyone my senior year would ask me like what my plans were, and I seriously had no idea. And so I like literally went to my family and asked them like what I'd be good at. And my family told me like I would be good at hair and makeup, just because they thought I looked like I'd be into that, because I used to be obsessed with makeup, but I literally never wear it now, so it's funny. And my brother's like, I think you'd be really good at going to like beautician school and stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, yeah, that's like something I can do hands-on. So I thought I would do that. So I had like signed up to enroll to do that in Sioux Falls, and I was living with my brother down there. And I literally, you guys, I just last minute like dropped out of it because I realized like I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for someone else. And the only reason I was going to go to college was because my parents didn't go to college, and I did not want to struggle like them. They got divorced when I was really young, and it's just like we struggled a lot growing up. You guys probably know Cheyenne Knox's story so well, and I literally like relate to her so much. I grew up the exact same way. And so that was the only reason I was going, and I dropped out last minute. And I actually moved back home because I couldn't afford my bills up in Sioux Falls. And so I moved back home with my mom, and we lived in like this tiny apartment, you guys. Like it was disgusting. It was like, excuse my language, but a shithole. It was bad. And we had been there for 8 years, like my mom, my sister, and I. And so there's 4 of us, and my 2 brothers were already graduated and stuff. And my goal, like my very first why in this business, besides, paying for my phone and car bill, because I could not fathom making any more than that at first, was to get my mom and sister and myself out of that home. And we did that. We live in now a 4-bedroom home, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage. It's crazy what can happen when you just do something different. But I mean, I have so much to my story, so that's basically like the gist of it. I didn't even tell you how I got started. Okay, I got started because Carissa DeVries, I don't know if you know who that is. We're on Carrie Young's team, so I know Cheyenne knows who that is. But we are under Carrie Young, and she followed me on Instagram, and I was private all the time, so I didn't just let anyone follow me. And so she requested to follow me, and so I stalked her, and I saw her first post that she's making money, and I actually instantly messaged her right away, because I had just moved back home and started working retail, and I wanted to be able to make more money. And so I literally got started like 2 or 3 days later when payday was there, and joined for $99. I, promoted Ruby, or executive first month, Ruby second, Emerald third, and then Diamond in 7 months. And then I went double 2 months later, and then I sat at double for over a good year. I had a lot of life happen to me during that. And I was actually, I don't know if you want me to tell that yet, but I basically went from being paid as a Ruby to triple in 3 months. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, we will definitely be talking about that. But I love that so much. I like I said, like it's just crazy like how many people can come from such similar and or like different backgrounds and like we all can be successful in this business. Like I love that so much. So told you I was gonna probably ask you some questions based off of your story. So here's the first one. How did you ever have like a weird feeling, I guess? Like I don't know the right word for this because I didn't come from a small town. So like did you ever have that like belief of like I can't do this because I'm from a small town?
Yeah, for sure. So actually when I got started, so I had graduated high school obviously, but I was I'm still dating the same boy. And he is a grade younger than me. So when I joined, it was December 29th of 2017. And I got made fun of so bad, you guys. Like when Cheyenne Knox says like she got mocked, like tweeted about everything, like that was me. Like I lived in a small town, so everyone knew who I was. Like you did not know who the Alesches were because one, my family's big from the school I was at, and we just lived in such a small town that we all knew each other. And so going into, like going back, well, I was back home already, but going to like his games and just seeing all these people and trying to hang out with people, like they didn't understand. And at that time, like obviously was like big, but like it started to become really big because I started enrolling people from my town and people all over that like everyone hated on it because it was starting to like take up their feeds and just be more popular because I was enrolling people from who like I knew and stuff. And like when I first got started, you guys, like I did not have anyone believe in me besides my mom and obviously my enroller. My boyfriend and I actually almost broke up. My brothers thought it was a joke. Actually, my brothers thought I was in like a scam. Like they were truly worried about me. And my dad didn't believe in me. Like my friends didn't even really like, I lost a lot of friends, quote unquote, and I didn't have like a lot of people that truly believed in me. And like if you're going through that or if you did, like sometimes it's just you and the hustle and like those people will come around or God will remove them from your life and put other people in there. But to answer your question, there was so many times I didn't know, but also I used them like hating on me and then like doubting me to do it more. And I just my enroller believed in me so much that I took her belief, and my mom also believed in me. She's the most supportive human ever, and I think that her believing in me really helped me a lot. But I mean, I actually used it more as a fire to fuel me. I wanted to prove them wrong more than anything. And, they kept talking for a long time, but a lot of them have actually came around, and not that I'm friends with them or anything, but they're just like, hey, it's really cool, like what you're doing. And they've gotten more, uh, educated about it, or like I just don't talk to them and they're still blocked. And so yeah, I mean, I definitely had doubts, but I guess I used it more to fuel me than to like give up.
No, I totally get that and I love that. Also, I think it's crazy that like we literally joined right at the same time. That just like that's crazy to me. I joined at the end of October in 2017. So that's
Oh
so
my
crazy. I
god.
love that so much. But the next thing I wanted to kind of say was going off about that. You said that you joined at the end of December and in the beginning you still promoted super quickly. So I want you to talk about that because like you promoted at this season that everyone likes to call the slow season. And like we all know that's just a total stereotype. Like the season's what you make it, but kind of like take us through that. Like obviously you probably had no freaking idea, but just kind of take us like what was going through your head at that time and everything.
Yeah, so I guess when I say I promoted the first month, there was literally like 3 days left of the month, so I promoted executive January. My first paycheck, you guys, was like $18, and I'm not even gonna lie, like I was pissed. I was mad because I didn't understand the comp plan, and I had enrolled like 40 customers in those 30 days, and so I thought I was gonna be making like hella money, but a lot of that happened the next month, and so it was paid out the next month, which I saw. So I went from like my first paycheck being $18 to like 200 and then up. But okay, sorry, what was your question again? I have serious prayer brain. I forgot.
You're fine. I also wanted to say something that's so funny because I joined it like the last day of October, and then going into November, I went executive that month, and literally the same thing happened. Like I enrolled so many customers that first month and went executive, but that paycheck that I saw, I was like, $9? Excuse me? I was so mad, and I was like, what the heck is this? And Shay was like, that's for October, and I was like, I didn't even do anything in October, and she was like, exactly, and you just got $9, so congrats. Like I was so mad because I was like, what the heck is this? But I love that so much because I seriously did the exact same thing. But my question was basically just like coming in through this season that people have called like the slow season, like what was your mindset during that time? Like, did you even know, or were you just kind of running? Like, what were you like doing during that time basically?
Okay, yeah. So, so Carissa, my enroller, like I just literally did whatever she told me to do. Like I was that person that like if she told me to do something, I did it. And so I was just ignorance on fire. I truly had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I was posting like back then it was like cool to post like the black and green cleanse bottles and like the ugly hair pictures. And so like I posted so bad on my social media, but guess what, you guys? It worked. Like I still got here, and you're always feeling forward. And so I hate when people say it's a slow season, and you guys, I used to be that person that's like I always said summer was a slow season because everyone wants to boat and go drinking and partying, and like it's true, it's maybe slower, but it's not a slow season because nothing is slow unless you're working. Like if you're not working, that's why it's a slow season. It's not because the business has a slow season. And so when I got started, I obviously didn't know the difference between those. I just was ignorance on fire. I did whatever she told me to do. And yeah, I was really, really consistent like my first full year of my business. That obviously changed over time because I went through a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I had no idea what it meant to, go through a dry season or slow season or whatever that was. But I just say that's BS because like you said, it's a stereotype. There's no such thing as a dry season when you're working, like, and being consistent. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that so much. That was like perfectly said. Also, if anyone has any questions for her, someone just texted me and asked if we can ask questions. Yes, please ask her questions. I have some too, but if you guys think of anything, please throw them in the chat. We can get to them at the end because I just want to take the most of this time, but also not be here all night, but want to get all her tips from her. So I love that so much though, because like that was the same thing with me. Like whenever I joined, she just told me what to do, and then I did that, and I was like, I don't know anything else, like I was previously in a company like for not that long, and I wasn't trained, so I was not successful. Like I had zero training and I had no earthly idea what I was doing. So coming into this, I was like, I just need you to help me. Like obviously my team knows I'm super green, so like y'all get that part of me, but I was like, I just need you to help me. Just tell me what to do, and like I am going to do it. Like that was just kind of how I've been, and like I've been like that ever since. It's like just copy the right cat, follow the right leader. If your leader is telling you something and they're showing up every day, they're enrolling, they're doing something right, so just follow your leader. If you're ever having like a issue with anything like that, you just don't know what to do, come talk to us and we can for sure help you. But I love that so much. I'm trying to think. So I know one of the questions that Mariah had asked was, how are you getting like distributors and customers? And you can like break those up into two if you need to, but how are you enrolling right now basically?
I do everything post to post. So my first year of my business, I was like strictly Instagram. I would post on Facebook and stuff like every day, like I would on Instagram, but I didn't like message or do really anything unless someone came to me. And now I'm like the total opposite. Like my Facebook is like where I work everything. I'm very consistent on there. I usually post 3 times a day. I blow up my stories daily, and I do host to post for both. I will say that I did Instagram host to post. Oh gosh, it's been a hot minute. It's been like a while, but that worked really well for me, and I do want to start getting back into that. But Facebook host to post has been working really good for distributor and loyal customers for me. So I just strictly like to use Facebook as my platform, like for those, like messaging wise.
No, I love that. And then do you have like a system with host to post of like, I don't want to say like how you get them, but like how you get them basically, or do you just do like the same thing that we all do basically?
Are you saying like as far as like cold messaging or like giveaway posts, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
like how are you
Okay.
like actually getting them up? That would have been a
Yeah,
better word
so
to use.
that's okay. No, I usually do the giveaway post. I usually post about that once or twice a month. And then like everyone that comments on my post, I go and message them. I can just like kind of read it for you quick. I say, let me see. I just like, if they comment on my Facebook, like comment or status, I just like their comment usually and then go message them. And just like, hey, like we're doing like some, like whatever your giveaway is. All you have to do is, actually, no, I don't even say that. I can't find my message right now, but it's basically along the lines of, hey, like, did you want to be entered into my giveaway type thing? And they're like, yes. And then I say this message, I say, perfect. All I need you to do for me is copy and paste a post I give you to put on your wall. Super easy and quick. I'm pushing for a huge promotion this month, and it would mean the world to me that I'll enter you into my drawing for the cash giveaway. Would you do that for me? They say yes, and then usually like the first 20 people, I give them the giveaway post again, because otherwise I run out of people. Like, it helps me grow my network and talk to new people every single day, because otherwise the same people are always commenting on my post. So I make sure like the first 20 people, if they haven't already, like in the past, do my giveaway. So this one is, my friend Kayla is blessing someone with 1,500 cash or an LV bag. And it says winner's choice and like parentheses, and it says drop your birthday month below for a chance to be entered. And it says no purchase necessary. And I just have them post that with, sure. With the colored background, and they usually do that for me, and then their posts blow up, and then I just do like the same thing with theirs. So I'm always talking to new people, because I like want new people in my network all the time, and it's really easy to run out of people. And so if I feel like I am getting close to running out of people, I just have them post I have the first like 5 again post the giveaway for me until one of them takes off, until I'm getting like close to like not having people again. But honestly, like, yes, it can be overwhelming. Host posts can really be overwhelming, but a good tip that I do, I'm not sure what you guys do, is I reply to the comments. I like their comment and I reply. I either say like PM me, private message me the word giveaway, to confirm your entry or to confirm an entry. And then they do. And then that way it saves me so much time from, keeping track of who I friended and who I need to message. And so I just have people blowing up my inbox of giveaway, or same thing with coffee, like coffee. And that just helps me stay on track. And then obviously, like, if there's a day where it's kind of dead, I'll go back through those posts and make sure anyone I didn't message gets messaged, and vice versa. But that's usually like what I do every single day. And then if I'm running out of people, also I usually do like the giveaway post like twice a month. So
Yeah, I love that. And I like what you said about the comments and stuff, because I did that too. Like, I had a post that, I mean, obviously you never know when a host post is going to blow up. And this post literally had 300 comments on it. And that was before I commented anything, like 300 comments of other people. And I like looked at it and I was like, oh Lord. I was like, what are we going to do? I was like, I'm so thankful, but I could just like feel the anxiety raising. I was like, I'm going to go need some confianza. But that's what I did. I literally commented on it like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, message me the word giveaway to like confirm your entry. And I was just getting message after message from about the word giveaway. And like, that was such a good thing to do, like whenever they were blowing up, because like you got the people that were like, I want to get entered into this giveaway. Like they're going to message you so flippin' fast. And that's what I love. And then I literally did the same thing. Like, I just went back and messaged everyone else too. So I love that. That was really, really good.
and it helps you from not getting blocked too, especially when you are going through a promotion. Like, so easy to get blocked from commenting, adding, and messaging people. And like when I was going for triple, like I got like 56 host posts up in one day, and that like lasted me for like 4 days. But like I got blocked like twice too, and that was even from not doing it the wrong way. So it just helps you from not getting blocked and like messing up the algorithm. And whatever, because Facebook and Instagram are so annoying anymore about that. But yeah, it definitely helps, and it saves you time and like less stress, because let's be real, like no one really gets excited to do host to post and message people, but once you do it, it's so rewarding, and once you get in the groove of it, like you don't want to stop either. So
Yeah, I love that. Also, I meant to ask this earlier, but I just now remembered. I need to start like writing stuff down because I'm so squirrel brain. But anyway, I remember how you were saying that like the same people will comment on your post like 100 times, and that always happens to me. So like, how do you clean out your Instagram or your Facebook, I guess, to get those people off to where new people are commenting, but like you're also still getting host posts at the same time?
yeah, so okay, like I usually let them do like, I'll pretty much give them like 3 times, because if like they can either do a coffee host post for me, a DT host post for me, or a giveaway. And so after that, like if they've already like posted for me, I just like don't message them sometimes. And I know that's kind of bad, but they're like the same people that always comment. So I just like their comment, or like I don't necessarily defriend them right away, just because like they have always supported me and they post for me. So if someone's going to keep commenting and not post for me, I'm going to unfriend you, because you're just wasting space in my like friends list. And I'm like to that point where I have like only 100 friends left before I get to 5,000. And so I'm like trying to go through and clean that out. And it is super time consuming, but it's super worth it. But yeah, when I message them, if they've already posted for me, I just say, hey, I'm doing a new giveaway this month so like this one's September 2nd. All you have to do to be entered is put a post up for me. Would you want to do that again? And they usually say yes. And sometimes I'll even like comment that same month, and I'll just say that again, and they'll do it. And so, I mean, if they're going to post for you, that's great regardless, because only like, I think it's 40% see your Facebook post. And so honestly, if you get someone that's willing to post more than once for you, let them do it, because the chances of their friends seeing it the first time were like 70% less than the next time, if that makes sense. So
Sorry, I was writing in the chat. That's actually really, really good. I never thought about it like that, because I just never messaged them, and I was like, I feel so bad, but like you've entered this giveaway like 8 times, like what the heck? And so like I was like, do I just like not message them? Like I don't know. But I love that, because I definitely have a lot of people where I've sent that like first message of like, hey, post this message and blah, 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 that's how you get entered, and they like never respond, and I'm like, do I just keep messaging them? But like, no, just unfriend those people. So no, I like that. That was a really good tip, because I was for sure confused on that. But the next thing I wanted to ask, I just keep thinking of things, so I'm sorry, but the next
okay.
thing was, I remember you were saying in your story how you sat at double for a while before you went triple. Like take us through like what that was like, I guess, because I know even for myself, like I'm currently sitting at triple for going on over a year and a half now before we go press. So like take us through like what that was like, and like how you like overcame that mountain to like promote to triple.
Yeah, okay, so bear with me. This is kind of gonna probably be long, and I'm not like really good at sharing my story. So, okay, alcohol, um, alcoholism and like depression follow my family a lot. And so my dad is like a huge alcoholic. So like Shynex's mom, super relatable. Like he's in the picture, but not. And my mom suffers with depression really bad. And so like, it's kind of like really hard when you have both parents that have something like that and living with that. But um, my dad, like I said, has suffered with that, and it's really big in our family. And that summer, so I went double in November of 2018, I think. Yeah, because I sat for a whole year. So I went double in 2018, and then I didn't work my business for like 3 months because one, I got complacent, and like I remember I was telling Krista, if I saw a double paycheck, like I would be through the roof. Like if I could be just making double, like I didn't need, you guys, I was 20 at that point. I didn't need to be making any more money than I was. I had bills, I paid for all my bills, but like I had a lot of money, you know, like I have a kid now coming. So like I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. And I mean, I live in a pretty like small town, so it's not super expensive, but I just got super complacent with where I was at and satisfied, and kind of bulldozed over my team, if I'm being honest. And I had actually I shouldn't say it bulldozed. I had all of my girls quit on me after I went double. And so that was super defeating for me. And I wasn't doing enough personal development. And so I just kind of like, I don't want to say quit on myself yet, but I just like, I pretty much just like was okay with it for a while. And I was like still making like, cause I was always making over the average of a double diamond paycheck. And so like I was cool with it. I had a huge savings. Like I wasn't worried about not making like big paychecks and stuff like that. And so I just like stopped working my business base because of people who weren't working with me, and I just was being a baby basically. And then that January, actually, I'm pretty sure it was that January. Yes. My dad actually ended up in the ICU, literally from like almost taking his life with alcohol. And that just like killed me because I didn't know, first of all, I didn't have the strength, mental strength to deal with my personal life and my business. And so all of it just like together did not mix well, and I didn't know how to handle it. And so I used like my problems and excuses and life happening to get in my way instead of using it as my why. And so I just fell off the deep end for a long time. And I literally, you guys, I didn't work my business for so long. Like, I can't even remember how long it was, but because I get the years mixed up because I went double. So I was getting like good paychecks for like 4 months. And then I would still like post and do the bare minimum, but I wasn't like working like a double diamond, if that makes sense. And then, so like, I think the summer comes around and my dad's fine, whatever, he got better. But then that summer, it was like another another season of what happened that winter. And again, I wasn't doing personal development. I was putting my business on the back burner and just not showing up. And it just, you guys, I never took the initiative to want to do it. I just was like, I was in like this poor me stage, and I thought my life was so bad because the devil can just make you feel like you're so alone and make you feel like you're the only one that's going through something. And that's how I felt. And I just, instead of doing something about it, I just let it do it to me basically. And so that December, going into, so conference was January, that next January. I guess I didn't even get a paycheck. I wasn't even commission qualified. I never told Cheyenne that. It was bad. And I went to conference and everything, and like, I was like, I'm kind of blue, I realized, because I was just having fun. Like, I wanted to see everyone. I wasn't even worried that I didn't get a paycheck. And like, that's when you know, like, your mindset's awful. And I was just checked out. Like, I was like, wow. And so then we get back home from conference, and I find out I'm pregnant. And that wasn't actually what really sparked me to be like, oh my God, I need to work this business. Because that was when COVID was going on too, like really bad in the beginning. And I just remember like, I actually hated being on my phone. I would throw my phone across the room because all I saw was It Works. And if I saw It Works, I wanted to literally punch someone because I knew like I wasn't doing anything. And so I just hated where I was at. I was so jealous and just all these things. And I didn't want anything to do with it. And so instead, again, of doing something about it, guys, this is like 8 months of just me being a lazy pile and feeling sorry for myself. And instead of doing something about it, oh, I forgot to tell you, I did apply to like some part-time jobs in like January and stuff. And I took it as a sign because no one got back to me. And I mean, no one, but like one person, and I wasn't going to go to that job, got back to me. And so I finally, in like March, I finally was like, Kayla, like wake up, like you literally are not going to have any, like I didn't have money to pay bills anymore. Like I was literally freaking out, and it finally hit me, and I'm like, you literally have a multi-million-dollar business right in your hands. You know it works. You can either do this business and take it as a sign that God literally didn't want you working anywhere else because he knows it's right in front of you, or you can go back to a 9 to 5 and literally hate your life because you knew how miserable you were. And so I just like woke up and I just did like baby steps, you guys. I didn't get like 30 posts up a day. I started reading a book. Like I literally started pouring into myself. And I read the book like on F Yourself, and that's what really helped me get started and take off, because I freaking love Gary Vee. He's the man. And that's what really like kind of set me straight in my place and realized you need to wake the F up. Like you need to do something about your life. And I was just to the point where I was so sick and tired of living the way I was that I was willing to do anything. And so I knew I wasn't going to, see these amazing, like huge drastic results like in the beginning, but I was willing to do it because I knew it worked. And so I just read a book and I just did the daily things. Like I just started taking action. And you guys, I went from being paid as a Ruby in March to a triple in June. So like I literally went from like a $400 paycheck my first month, then to $3,000, then to $7,000 to a triple. And that was just because I decided that I was sick and tired of being where I was at, and I was so tired of being broke. And I was like, I would rather be tired than broke any day. And that's literally just what keeps me going, is knowing where I came from, for one, and the stuff I have going on, and what I don't want. And so now I know how to separate my life and my personal life and my business, and I know how to work it and not put it on the back burner. And I had to go through all of that. And I always tell my team and people who ask me this, like, I wouldn't change anything because I needed a wake-up call. And like the Kayla I am now was not the Kayla, like, obviously 6 months ago, 8 months ago, even a couple months ago. And like, I needed to go through all that to go triple. Like I couldn't have gone triple when I wanted to, for how many months that you want to go, because I didn't have, the leadership. I wasn't showing up for myself. I didn't have the mental power. And so I'm really thankful for the person like I am today more than anything. The paychecks are awesome. And like, I'm super thankful, but I'm just really thankful for like the person I am and who I've become. And like, I just know I don't ever want to go back to that place again. And so that's like what truly like keeps me going. And then obviously her now, like I know she's my why too, but that is what really like set me on fire, is just being so sick and tired of being where I was at and crying my eyes out and being miserable and not knowing what to do. So
yeah, I love that. I'm like really emotional right now, and I'm like on the verge of crying. So
I cry like 5 times a day. It's fine.
Like literally, like you were saying, you were like going through that, and like I just vividly remember being in that position, and like I literally almost cried. Like my face was getting red, and I was like looking at myself. I was like, oh my God, because like same, like literally, like I could just talk forever about this, but like it's just crazy how like we went through similar things but like different at the same time. But I mean, like I got so complacent after I went triple. I was making a 5-figure paycheck. I was 20 years old. What are you going to do? You're going to travel. You're going to do all the things. You need to go blow all your money, because I was like, what else is there to do? And like, that literally just like, that just hit so hard. I love that so much. Cause like, I mean, literally same. In December, I guess I'm like backtracking because I'm getting emotional, but in November, like was when I hit like one of the like lowest lows in my business, like November of 2019. And it was crazy because like I went to Boston with Shay, and I like spoke on stage, and like I spoke on stage to like live like millions of viewers, and I literally, and like I was maintaining Diamond. And I was like, who are you? Like, you don't deserve to be up here. Like, get off the stage, Because I was, like, literally standing next to Joel and Steph and, like, Brittany Hayes, like, oh, my God. And it was, like, the craziest thing. But, like, I literally got home and I was like, okay, this is literally what my brain said. I was like, okay, you're going to get a part-time job and you're just going to, like, work and, like, get some money for right now while you're working your business. And then you're just going to, like, go like boom, 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 boom. And literally I applied to jobs literally like for months, and like, I'm not going to cry, but I'm going to cry. And like, it was insane. Cause like, I don't even know if my team knows that. I don't think I've ever said that before, but like, it's just crazy. Like how your brain can just like do that to you, And like, obviously we all know it's like the enemy and it's not like coming from a good place, but like I applied to so many jobs from December into January, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I'm a good worker. Okay. Like I can work hard. And so I was like, why did y'all want me? And it took me forever to finally realize that it was like, no, it's not that they didn't want me. It's because like I am planted here. I'm going to cry. Oh my God, I did not prepare to cry tonight. But it was like, I was planted here. Like, I am meant to be in this spot. And like, that was like the biggest thing. And like you saying that, I was like, I'm looking in a mirror right now and holy crap, I was like, that was crazy. But no, like, I seriously love that so, so much, just because like, we all go through a time like that. It may be a month, it may be 2 months, you never knows how long it's going to be, but we all go through a time like that. And now when I feel my brain start to just like, woo, I can like see it and I'm like, okay, sis, no ma'am. And like literally this morning, I woke up and I had a dream that I was homeless. So don't ask me why. And I literally woke up, and today was my Sabbath, and I woke up and I was like, you're going to be homeless in the future. Like, I was so sad. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, you are a badass. You are amazing. You are presidential diamond. I was like speaking all these affirmations to myself, and my boyfriend is literally in the room sleeping, and I'm in there and I'm like, you are a badass. You are amazing. I'm whispering to myself. And it was so funny, but like, I just kind of had to do that to like get myself out of that. And I've never done that before, you guys. So yes, I felt like a freaking psychopath, but you know what? I felt so good afterwards. And then I came into my living room and I was like, Lord Jesus, heavens above. And I was like, take this feeling away from me. And I was just like praying and doing self-development. And like, that is exactly what I needed. And it took maybe an hour. It took an hour of me waking up and being like, holy crap, and just spiraling to recognize it and then literally decide to change it. And like, I just like love that, because if you'd have talked to me 6 months ago, I'd still be feeling like that, like 3 weeks later, you know? And it's just crazy because like, we go through all of those things, and like, they are blessings in disguises, and they be some of, I can't even talk, they might be some of the worst things you go through, but like, that's what's going to make you the leader that you were supposed to be, to climb that mountain to whatever it is you're climbing, whether that's Ruby or whether that's freaking Ambassador Diamond. Like, it's all a mountain for all of us, and there's always something to learn through every point of it. And oh, you scared me because you jumped.
I just have my friend scared the crap.
But yeah, and like, I just love that so much. Like, that was like the perfect thing you could have said.
Well,
I'm trying
and
to
too,
think.
like, you don't know when you're going to go through something. Like, you just don't know when life's going to happen to you. And so, like, my first, you know, like, life wasn't perfect, but my first 4 months in my business, like, I didn't have anything. I promoted every month. I didn't struggle. Like, I didn't have to worry about that. And then, you know, a year later, God's like, no, you're going to go through this first. And that's the thing, is you just don't know how to prepare for that, but it does make you stronger in the end. And that's why, like, I would never wish people to go through what I've gone through, but I'm thankful because it has made me who I am today, and I'm strong enough, you know, to lead my team. And I actually had 2 girls like vividly working under me when I was like not working, and that was a wake-up call to me too. Like, these girls are working and I'm not even doing anything. Like, they need a leader. They need someone that cares about them. And I'm super like yellow and red. So like, you know, I can I can be really red or I can be really yellow. And that was my yellow in me. Like, dude, like, you care about these people. Like, they want you, like, they want this business. It's super selfish of you to just sit here and not lead them and not do anything and expect them to do the work. And so you have to be that leader from the front always, you guys. You can't ever expect your team to do what you're not willing to do. And so that was just a huge wake-up call to me too, is like, I don't expect that anymore, and I don't bulls over my team. And I know that, like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when life is going to happen to me, and I have to be prepared. And that's why I have to pour into myself daily. And, you know, I don't know when that big boom's going to come again where like life hits me, but I know that I'm ready for it. And it, like, whatever comes my way, I know I can handle. And so that's why, like you said, like, we're just thankful that you going through those like valleys, they get you to the mountaintop, and you appreciate it so much more too, because when you don't go through it, you almost become like selfish and what's the word, like conceited, and
Like,
just want, you know,
yeah,
exactly. And so it teaches you a lot, and it makes you appreciate and be thankful for all that stuff too.
Yeah, no, I love that because I mean the same thing happened to me. I went double in 11 months, and I went double, and I had like some girls leave, and then it resulted into only having one person left on my team. So shout out to Danny, my freaking girl forever. But literally, like I had like one person left, and I was like, they like quit on me, and I was like, they left me. They aren't working for me, and it was all about me. Like, no, sister queen, that no, like that was not what it was about, you know. And like I felt entitled to it. I know I did. Like it sucks to say that because like I'm like, no, I'm awesome, but like, no, homegirl, you felt entitled to that double diamond paycheck. And so it's like literally how it was. And like I said, like that's one thing that I love about this, because like obviously, yeah, those were hard things that I had to go through in my business, but it did bring me to like where I am now, where I'm so much more grateful. And on top of that, like when girls on my team go through this, and I'm sure Kayla can say this too, we know how to help you guys. So like if you're ever feeling like some type of way and like off, I can promise you we felt it, or we have felt something like it, and we're going to be able to like help you like through that thing. And like I know it's hard to open up because I'm a green red, so like I'm stubborn and I hate like everything. Yes, I hate it. And I hate opening up to people, and like I hate crying in front of people. Like, I hate all of that. And one of the biggest things was like I got vulnerable with my team, and I was like, okay, hello, you know, and just being vulnerable and like just simply asking for their help and just doing all of that made the biggest difference. And I have never had so many, like just such a great community on my team now, and I'm forever thankful for that. But it was because I went through a season of bulldozing my team and only had one person working. I now have such a community of people like that because that happened, you know. And like it's just crazy how it all kind of like lines up like that. But I love how you said that. That was like seriously perfect. If anyone also has any last minute questions for Kayla, please put them in the chat before we hop off of this. But I just lastly wanted to ask, like, just like what are some of your biggest tips for ending the month strong? I think there's 6 days, no, 5 days left, something like that. So what's just like your biggest tips for just finishing August strong?
I mean, just do all the things. Like if you're going for a promotion, like you'll do whatever it takes. You'll do like, you won't do the bare minimum, or you can't do the bare minimum. You just have to do all of the things. So, you can't just be posting and not messaging. Like I remember Cheyenne, I just listened to this Zoom with her and Kelly Brown. That was such a good Zoom. And her just saying, everyone wants to do like the pretty easy things, like posting's easy and all that stuff, but like no one wants to host a post because like that takes work, you know what I mean? And so I don't know, like it's just so rewarding, you guys, when you do work really hard. Like those like 3 months, because we actually pushed for triple in those 2 months, and we literally fell short 40 orders, and I was like gut wrenched. I was like bawling, and I was super vulnerable with my team. And like I sent a picture of myself crying. I would never do that. Like I don't like to show my face when I'm crying. I have a really hard time like opening up. Like Cheyenne said, I'm the same way. And I sent them, and I was just so honest with them. And like, I just told them, like, it's okay to miss a goal. Like, you're gonna miss goals sometimes, but I'm not gonna change my goal. I'm just gonna change the date. And then we went next month and we did it. And everything I did that month before was so worth it, because it made it, I was literally pushing to the very last minute of like midnight. And I knew like that last hour I wasn't going to get it. So I was just bawling for like 2 hours. And I just told him, like, it's okay, you guys. Like, it's okay to be upset. Like, when you work hard for something, like, you can have feelings. Like, I know sometimes we put this like front out there and like this picture perfect, but that's a highlight reel. And like the stuff we do is so powerful. Like, what we do, like, we really do change lives, and we get to help people. And so it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to show feelings and be upset about stuff. Like, you're human, and you're working for something that you want so bad. And when you miss that goal, like, it sucks. Like, there's nothing good or pretty about it. And so I made that very clear with them. And I showed them, like, I wasn't going to give up just because I didn't hit my goal at the end of the month. Like, I was like, no, like, we're going to do this next month. And you know what? I showed up. It gets exhausting sometimes, but like, I showed up every single day that month, and I just did all the things. I checked in on my team. I did power hours. I literally worked till my fingers hurt. And a good tip too for end of the month, or even just if you're busy, like we're busy, and you have a hard time getting things done, Um, I like I didn't start doing this full time. Like I worked full time, and so the only time I could be on my phone because I worked retail was like at lunch maybe. Like they were actually really strict if I was on my phone at lunch. So sometimes I would say I'm going to get food and I'd eat in my car just so I could, or like bathroom breaks and stuff. But like I just took every ounce I had of time and I was productive with it. I did income producing activity. I didn't, like now that I'm full time and when I had to transition from being so busy to having so much freedom, I would say, oh, I'll get it done tonight. And then it's 9 o'clock and I have nothing done. And like, I don't know about you guys, but that stuff gives me anxiety. I do not like that feeling. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so behind. Like, I don't like that feeling. I actually like to have like all my house posts done by like 3 before like 3 p.m. So I'm not like stressing out and I can help my team members and stuff like that. But I, being home full time now, I just have to stay busy. So like right now, I'm doing her room, decorating her room. And so when I start to get like scrolling and not being, productive, I'm like, okay, like I gotta throw my phone and I'm gonna go do something for like a half hour or an hour and I'm gonna be productive. But I can't go and sit and watch Netflix or be lazy because then I really won't want to work. I have to like go for a walk. I have to go do laundry. I have to go clean. I have to do something that is productive so then I can go right back to being on my phone and being productive again. And so I just try and do that and be as consistent as I can. I'm not perfect and I have not been consistent this month. This has been one of those months that I'm just have not been there. And, it's another thing I'm trying to transition because I'm about to have a little girl in like a month. And, my third trimester, I'm just tired. Like, I think there's probably one mom on here at least. I'm just going to assume. But they say, like, your third trimester is, like, you are, like, hiking a mile a day, like, just from carrying them. So, like, I could use the excuse every day, like, I'm so tired. And I am. I'm always tired. But my mind is stronger and my why is stronger than my excuse. And like I said, I just don't want to go back to square one of where I was because if I give myself a day or two, I'm going to give myself a week and then a month and then 2 months and then it just never stops. And so I just have to literally not self-sabotage myself and talk to myself. Like I'll do what Cheyenne does, be like, no, Kayla, like sometimes I'm really mean to myself when I'm like, shut the heck up. Like you can do this, or I'll say it in my head or in the car, or if I need to let a frustration out, I'll go outside or something. And you can have like a little pity party for like 10 minutes, then you got to get over it. And so that's just how I try and stay consistent and use my time wisely because actually if you're really, really busy, I feel like you have like, what's the word? Help me.
Like time management type of stuff?
Yeah, because you just know how to manage your time better because you're busy all the time. Whether when you're not busy, you're like, oh, it's fine. Like I can get that done later or I'll go do this and then you don't get it done. So don't do that. Like get it done like as soon as you can and you'll feel so much better if you just literally sit down and do like 30 minutes of intentional work, you guys. You can get so much done. And then an hour, if you gave this business an hour to 2 hours of your full income producing time management, you will no doubt promote to triple and above. Like I promise you, because I worked all the way up until, I was an emerald making like a diamond paycheck. So I quit my job because I was literally making $400 every 2 weeks working my butt off. So I was like, this is stupid. I don't need this. And so I really poured myself into going. But then after I went diamond, I got a little complacent like for a month and I had to figure it out. And then I went double. And then, yeah, I told you that. But, you just have to like ask yourself like what you want. And you have to, if you need to write down a list every day, like I think Cheyenne's, she like writes her planner down of what she gets done. I'm not really like that. I just know what I need to do. I get like, and everyone's so different. Like there are days where I actually will write something down and I'll cross it off and I'm like, okay, I did get that done. But otherwise I just write it in my notes or I set it as like my background on my phone, to know what I need to do every single day. But yeah, I just try, and I don't even like the word try. I do my best to do those things. And I'm obviously not perfect. I'm a human and there's days I don't, but you just got to find that like those little nicks and cracks in your day, especially if you're busy, to just do those things because it is so simple. And then you're not stressed about it. Like, oh, I did do everything I know I needed to do before you lay your head down at night, because nothing is worse than going to bed knowing you did not show up today, or if it's a month and then you just it eats you. And so yeah, I think I'm just rambling at this point, but that's what I do.
You are totally fine. I love that so much. And I wanted to add on like two things to that, but something that Shay always told me, cause my biggest thing, like when I was Pro Triple, I was like, Shay, I'm making 5 figures. Like I am making a 5-figure paycheck. That was like the biggest thing I wanted. And it was like that thing that I was running after, you know? And she was like, she would always ask me, she'd be like, okay, well, are you working? Like Mark would pay you a 5-figure paycheck. And I'd be like, ooh, no. And so it was one of those things that I literally, like, y'all know how I am with sticky notes, and I put a sticky note on my desk and it says, he is watching you, be disciplined. And one of those he's is Mark Pentecost and one of those is God. And so like literally, because like I think about it, and like when I'm working, I'm like, okay, like Mark is looking over my shoulder right now. Like, am I working as a presidential diamond would work? And like just saying that to myself and just like reminding myself of that is what pushed me every single day. And then on top of that, another thing that I wanted to say, like, y'all know how weird I am with my planners and my calendars and all of that stuff. So y'all don't have to do what I do, but just like how she was saying, like with sticky notes, like you guys, these are the sticky notes on my desk. I literally was collecting them as she was talking, because I think there's 9. And these are all filled with, I just dropped like 3, but these are all filled with to-do lists, okay? They're just everywhere. So like do whatever you need to do. Like if that's a to-do list on your iPad or your phone or your background, like she said, like do whatever is going to work with you, because I can guarantee you what works with me doesn't work with Kayla, and it doesn't work with Katie, and it doesn't work with Danny, and it doesn't work with Jennifer. Like it does not work for all of us, but there is something out there that does work for you. So it's just kind of figuring out whatever that thing is for you and just running with it. And if you're like me and you change it all the time, that's fine. But as long as you're getting your crap done every single day, that's all that matters. But that was all of my questions, and I seriously loved every single minute of this. I appreciate you hopping on with us so flipping much. I just loved learning more about you, because I love you even more now that we've been through so much like similar things. But yeah, I just appreciate you so much for hopping on with us and just taking time out of your night to pour into us. My phone, I literally have texts right now with people saying like, this was so awesome. So we all loved this. I appreciate it so much. I know I said that, but I'm gonna say it again. So I'm gonna